Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking through some games and everything because there was one that I finally tried out. And I was thinking to myself, why not look through this game database through the SmackDown Hotel and try to look at games that I never knew really existed. Some are going to be obvious. I mean, like Muscles Tag Team Match. I have no clue if that's like original NES or if that was like Famicom or something, but it's whatever. Micro League Wrestling, I might give that a shot at some point. Because I know it's on DOS, and I've got DOS box, but never tried it. Now, Sergeant Slaughter's Mat Wars, I mean, any Japanese games, of course, I'm not going to be well versed with. But this one, I never knew existed. Sergeant Slaughter's Mat Wars on the Commodore 64. Let's see what it says for description. Sergeant Slaughter wants you, but only if you got the guts to wrestle the meanest, toughest, ugliest wrestlers in town, and the street smarts to be wheelin', dealin' wrestling manager. March into the ring and try all of Sarge's favorite moves like the killer KO punch, a brutal body slam, or a ferocious flying pin. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Sergeant Slaughter really known for flying moves? You can throw your opponent over the ropes and fight outside the ring. Unless you're in WCW, then that's a disqualification. Fight the ugly mugs in the league only one by one and work your way through the ranks. Win, and you'll pick up little combat pay and close ranks on a championship payoff. Lose, and your league of Sergeant Slaughter's dishonorable discharge. Oh no. Outside the ring, change roles and become a cunning, worldly wise manager. Bid for the best wrestler you can afford in Sergeant Slaughter's auction house. Then take him to one of the wrestling joints in town. If he's green, you'll have to start him off in a sleazy gym. Don't use that terminology. That's gonna go over their heads. If and when he's good enough, he'll be a headliner in a high-class main arena for the championship. Sergeant Slaughter wants you to be in all you can be in this complete professional wrestling simulation. You know what game I think about when I think of simulation for wrestling? Extreme Warfare Revenge. That's a fun one. Now, it's saying you got features in a roster and managers here, saying 5 different wrestling tycoons, buy and trade wrestlers in Sergeant Slaughter's auction house. Nah, whorehouse, it's more like it. 4 wrestling arenas from the sleaziest gym to the main arena where champions are made. Yeah. Managers. You got Abdul Makesh. Never heard of him. Big John? Unless he's Big John Studd or something, no clue. Dolores, that could be anybody. Fast Ed, hey, it sounds like a guy with a premature ejaculation problem. Lucky, I think not. Then the wrestlers Bruno, Arksan, Crusher, Mr. Jazz, Slim Spike, Swoop, The Tank, and Tex. I mean, I've never seen this game before or heard of it, but it's just like, whatever. The Micro League Wrestling, I might give it a shot. Just because, again, it says it's on DOS. I can get it running on DOS box. And it says you got playable matches in here. So it's like the original had Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. The next year it has 2 expansion discs for Randy Savage versus the Honky Tonk Man and Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus King Early Race. The second one includes Hogan versus DiBiase and Jake the Snake versus Rick Rude. The Mega and DOS version released in 1989 feature Hogan vs. Savage, with a later match between them, and Hogan vs. DiBiase. There were no expansions released for the version as the WWF ceased production of the game to focus on console games. That's kind of sad. And it's saying you can go here and click for the roster. I mean, let's see. So the images, you got Race, Honky Tonk, Hogan, Jake, Jim Duggan, Paul Orndorff, Savage, Rude, DiBiase, and the managers: Heenan, Hart, Miss Elizabeth, Sensational Sherry, Virgil, some NBCs, you got Gene Okerlund, Howard Finkel. Commentators: Sex Trafficker, Gorilla Monsoon. Color commentators, you got Ventura, Heenan, so I guess he can pull double duty, San Martino, and Lord Alfred Hayes. That's whatever. Again, maybe I'll try this someday, hopefully, for the channel. Any other? Hal Wrestling. I never heard of that one. I'm not gonna bother clicking on it though. And I gotta put my phone on silent because I don't want interruptions. WrestleMania 1991. First time hearing of that one. Japanese games, not going to worry about those. Rage in the Cage, I've never had that one. Of course, if you've seen my recent collection, Wrestling Physical video game collection video, you probably know that. I don't know if I could run it on RetroArch, I might be able to. European Rampage, I might also give that a shot at some point when I get the chance. There were some I was just looking at that were on the list that I did or did not know of. Now, Extreme Warfare, this must be the predecessor to Extreme Warfare Revenge, in a way. Because, like, this one was released all the way back in 95. Holy crap. It's like Extreme Warfare 9000. This is not Dragon Ball. Goldberg is face, and you're looking at his stats. Brawling, technical, that should be just... Speed, I mean, he's fast when he's spearing people, and people love him when he's a crowd. Well to none, championships, and even opportunities with, like, pay, sign, yes or no. So saying here, also released as Extreme Warfare 2, Extreme Warfare 2000, 2001, 2002, 5000, 6000... Too many numbers, okay? Text-based professional wrestling management simulator where wrestlers could choose what matches take place, including who's going to win, and even had financial elements. The 8 re-releases of the title added more content to the game, further building on the ideas of booking matches and running the business aspect of a wrestling promotion with each re-release. Again, I think if you want the better version, get the most recent one called Extreme Warfare Revenge, and you can actually download patches where you can adjust like what the roster is like in the game and everything, depending on time periods. That's going to be your best bet, especially compared to this. And you can even add wrestler images for everybody on your roster, book matches, be in charge, all that good shit. Really recommended. Okay, let's see. Again, some of these Japanese ones and other ones I have not quite heard of or never played before. The Japanese games are just not going to be the go-to. I mean, the pro wrestling, what kind of name is that for a video game? Because there were some mobile games. Now, some of these, like right here, WWF with Authority. I tried to download this on PC, but I can't get it to run. No matter how many times I tried. Even if it's like even if there's an offline mode or anything. PC Online strategy game, WWF with Authority. Released in 2001. So, it's an online strategy card game developed by Genetic Anomalies and published by THQ, released in 2001. First edition set provides 196 cards. The No Way Out set provides 145 and all these other ones. So in total, over 1,000 cards. And there was one that was supposed to be released but never got done with another 150 cards. And some of these images are not showing like Storm, Lita, Matt Hardy, Ray, Ric Flair. But I mean, it's a nice roster added in here. Everything in alphabetical order and where they came from and all that. Monument pages, move pages. I mean, when I look at move sets like this, it's reminding me of that wrestling game, I'm trying to remember what it was called, but it was like one of those ones where you can choose a wrestler and choose all the moves, then try to go through a career mode of sorts, like trying to get deals and getting over and everything. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I know I've got it here on the computer. That's all. Look at all these moves right here. Like, holy crap, and different variants and all that shit. How many moves are there at the end? 379 different moves, excluding variants. Holy crap. I mean, that's pretty good. Special pages. Skip through all that, too. So, it's like, this is one I never got the chance to play yet. Like, again, I tried, but I can't get it to work no matter what I try. Even when I unzip a file, it gives me some kind of error. See, Extreme Warfare Deluxe Edition. Nah. Now, Betrayal, I've played this. I've already done the review. Federation Online, I think, isn't this one of the first ones that Matt Dickey ever created? Because it looks like it. Because, like, there are 2 editions, and it was released in 2001, June 2001, sorry. August 2001 is the August edition, then September edition. From a creator of games such as Hardy Boys Sun Challenge, That, Love Triangle, Bret Hart's Revenge, Big Bumps, that's a fun one, and more comes Matt Dickey's first ever actual wrestling game, Federation Online. You can have confrontation, tables matches, battle royal, elimination, so many other things. With only a roster of 9 characters, yeah, Gotta move or keys to change everything. I've not played the Federation Online. I don't know if there's a way to get it to work, but it's like that's one I have not played yet out of all the Mad Dig games. Then you get to some of these other ones. WWE Mobile Madness. I have never heard of this. It's got the logo there. Released 2002, mobile. Did it say anything? Platform mobile, so it doesn't say specifically what model kind of phones. One of the first mobile games from THQ Wireless, WWE Mobile Madness, was released for Java-enabled phones. Lovely. Additional 4 versions of this game have been available beginning early 2002 for all SMS and WAP-enabled mobile devices. This game features superstars Kane and Undertaker, while the WAP and SMS versions feature more than 21 superstars, 3 game modes, and create a superstar option. You got quotes there, but the features here, it's saying Kane and The Undertaker battle it out. You can play as either of these superstars or sit back and watch them go at it. No punches and kicks. Yeah, great variety there. Or perform reversals and go for the pin. If you end up outside the ring, don't forget about the handy folding chair. Kane's dreaded chokeslam, The Undertaker's last ride are also in the arsenal to battle your way to victory. It is just WWE Madness at its best. I mean, when you got a limited roster struggle there and you gotta have different kind of phones just to get more superstars. And it doesn't even say what the other 21 superstars are, so it's like, who knows if this game's available anywhere to have preserved. I mean, hopefully it is. I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Now, Extreme Warfare Revenge. I want to get back into this game because this was one I played a lot. And even going back to 2002, this game is completely free. And I actually really, really recommend this one if you have never played it before. And like I said, you can find different patches online for changing your roster with wrestlers and everything. I mean, Magnus, we know that's Muhammad Hassan, of course. And by Adam Ryland. The third game in the series expands further than before. You got so many features and everything. This is really, really good. You got all these options for matches. You can control companies, sign and fire people. All the power is in your hands. I mean, the roster at this time... Holy shit, that's a lot. At the time of this game's release, over 1,300 wrestlers. Wow. And these are actually real people that they have listed in this game. The roster is based on these different companies and all that stuff, so I can definitely at least recommend this. Big time. I might have a couple videos that I recorded of the gameplay, if memory serves me right, either that or it's lost, but I recommend this of all games. The Federation Wrestling, have not tried this iteration either, or Federation Booker. Crush Hour, I still eventually gotta get. Now, WWE Mobile Madness Hardcore? Huh? And you even got one that says Madness Cage. So let's see what we got here. I mean, graphics, oh. That's hard to see. That's hard to tell that, Bubba Ray Dudley, it could either be him or the Big Boss Man. And RVD, you can't even tell that it's him. So, Mobile Madness Hardcore, you have 4 wrestlers. Plays one of your favorite WWE superstars, throw punches and kicks, or perform reversals and go for the pin. If you end up outside the ring, again, folding chair. So all you got are Bubba Ray Dudley, Chris Jericho, Rob Van Dam, and Test. That's real limited right there. Let's see, Madness Cage, so another version of the game. Later on in 2003. Again, 4 wrestlers only. Booker T, Brock, Edge, Angle. And saying there's no escape from the cage, it's just you against your opponent, so essentially Hell in a Cell. You know? Now, Booking Empire, I might have tried that. Total Extreme Wrestling, I have tried different iterations of this, as it's actually pretty fun. Wrestling Empire, I remember that. Also pretty fun. I know there have been some revampings of this one over the years. Some of them are more easy to access than others. Now these next 2 I have never heard of before, but this one I'm going to talk about right afterwards. So SmackDown Mobile, I cannot even find this, surprisingly. Unless it's again on the Internet Archive. Made for mobile phones and developed by a publisher published by THQ Wireless. Play through a career, create your own WWE superstar, or face off against SmackDown's best in the exhibition. 8 wrestlers. Wait. Oh, so it's 8 if you include the custom wrestler. But Booker, Bubba, Devon, Charlie Haas, John Cena, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio. But this is in February 2005. I mean, you couldn't have had JBL? I mean, he was the WWE champion by this point. So rather odd there. Then you get to the Raw side and unveiled the same day. These graphics, oh, that's mucky. So you can do Raw, featuring Triple H. I'll go to the roster in a second. Create your own wrestler again. Recreate some signature moves, different abilities, awesome gameplay, graphics. I beg to differ. The roster. Now this is more fleshed out compared to SmackDown. Batista, Benoit, Jericho, Edge, Eugene, Kane, Randy Orton, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Shelton Benjamin, Stacy, Triple H, Trish, and Victoria. Although Trish just looks like she's got a peeled banana on her head. So, I mean, that's a better roster there. Now, Aftershock. The day before I'm recording this video, I finally tried this game out. For the first time ever. Because it's like, this is one of the more obscure ones to where you have to have a specific device, being the Nokia N-Gage. I admit I had to play it on an emulator just to finally see what it was like and get the graphics properly done. But right here it's saying, get ready for some hardcore wrestling action as WWE Aftershock invades the N-Gage platform, featuring today's top WWE superstars and their arsenal of signature moves. They push the unparalleled capabilities of the N-Gage to bring on the Big Hurt in a real-time 3D environment. So, initially the game's got like... Hold on a second. It's saying 12 wrestlers. I saw around 8 when I played the game. Because it was Booker, Benoit, Jericho, Eddie, Edge, Cena, Triple H, and Undertaker. Big Show and Kane I know you can unlock. Big Show I actually unlocked winning King of the Ring. Kane I think they're saying you have to win survival mode. Which is kind of like the whole gauntlet thing in a way, but Ned did not unlock him. But where did Rey and Ric Flair come from? I mean, it's saying to unlock Big Show, you beat survival mode. No, you have to win King of the Ring to get Big Show. Kane, it's survival mode. Because, like, I tried going on the GameFAQs website, it's saying you have to win a Battle Royal and Royal Rumble to unlock them, but there isn't that feature. 10 WWE Superstars plus 2 unlockables. Again, when I played it, there was no Flair or Rey. And plus... When was this game? May of 2005. It doesn't make sense to have Rey there because he was on the SmackDown roster back then. Come on now, who are you fooling? And I know Booker was already on SmackDown too by the time this game came out, and same thing with Eddie. But I mean, Rey, he didn't come out to Raw until like, what, 2008, 2009 with the draft? And same thing with Undertaker, he was on the SmackDown roster since 2002. Let's see, it's saying multiple... Hold on a second. You got things being ugly and uncensored. I can confirm that. Multiple cinematic camera angles. I did not see that. Exceptional animation. Not really. Wide variety of single and multiplayer modes make this game the main event. I mean, like, I played the game. A lot of these moves just felt repetitive. I lost count how many times I kept seeing DDTs, suplexes, scoop slams, and Samoan drops. Even though, last I checked, nobody on this roster did the Samoan drop. Unless you're Samoan or Tatanka or Viscera, it doesn't make sense. See some of the stuff. Can you handle the pain? It's got 10 superstars again. Where were Rey and Flair? Head-to-head 2-player competition via Bluetooth. You got fully rendered 3D arenas with multiple angles. The only time I saw a multitude of camera angles is either when you're doing a finisher, / signature, or you're making your entrance. Then the features is saying you got leaderboard for survival mode, unlockable superstars access by winning King of the Ring and survival. Yeah, but again, it says survival is what you need for Big Show, which is stupid. You got survival, King of the Ring, tag, 5 different main event matches, exhibition, first blood, best of 3 pinfall, best of 5 pinfall, and I quit. You also had no DQ, and maybe one other match type that I'm forgetting, but it's just like there wasn't a whole lot of variety. And again, 4 arenas is all you had. Raw, SmackDown, Heat Velocity, that was it. And then you got missing, like, YouTube video images right here. Like, I've got almost an hour of gameplay to show what I was talking about. Then Total Extreme Wrestling, I kept playing those. Now, Wrestling Encore, that was the game that caused me to get here on YouTube. I've mentioned that so many times. The Plug and Play, I have actually done a video, like a live stream involving this. I'll even do a podcast episode someday going over this. And you've got a a good roster here. Batista, Booker. In fact, why wasn't Batista in the WWE Aftershock game? Or Shawn Michaels, or Kurt Angle, or Randy Orton? I mean, you got him in the Plug and Play game, except for Shawn. But you got Batista, Booker, Benoit, Eddie. Why do you have Eugene here? JBL, Cena, Angle, Orton, and Triple H. Like, it's weird. It is very weird. It's Booking Encore. More Total Extreme Wrestling games. Again, those are fun. Wrestling Empire 2008. I might have to get back into that one if I can get my hands on it. Hulkamania Wrestling. I did not ever hear about this. But the TNA Wrestling game, I'll have to... If it's the one that I'm thinking of, or it might be the follow-up one, will determine what I say here. Hulkamania Wrestling. I have never heard of this one. You've got... So it's essentially another wrestling game. You've got AJ Muerte, so that's Ray. Axis, no clue. Breck Wild, looks like Batista mixed with his Leviathan character. Darkness, clearly the Undertaker ripoff. Hogan, not going to put anybody over. Little Gangsta. Why? Slashback and Sumozilla. Yeah, I'm not impressed. TNA Wrestling. I know I've got one of the TNA games on my old iPod Touch. Still accessible. I don't know if I'm able to record the gameplay or get it somewhere without putting a camera to the phone unless I can... Okay, this is the different one. Because, like, you got the rosters looking all cartoonish pixel art style. But it's like, I know I've got the other TNA game on my old iPod Touch. See, I have not played TNA Across the Line yet. Slingshot... Superstar Slingshot... For iOS, iPhone, and iPad. Mr. McMahon has stripped you of your championship, and now you must go on the road to WrestleMania to reclaim it. In WWE Superstar Slingshot, you can choose between 10 of your favorite superstars as you battle different opponents through 15 events and 135 matches. Criminy. Use ring ropes to catapult your superstar all the way to WrestleMania. That seems like something you do with the action figures. WWE Superstar Slingshot features hours of intense gameplay and is a must for any member of the WWE Universe. Gameplay-wise, it's similar to Angry Birds. So we're throwing ourselves against pigs. So the roster... You got a bigger roster for SmackDown than Raw. Big Show, Edge, Kane, Kofi, Ray, Undertaker. Raw only has Cena, Orton, Miz, and Triple H. They're saying you got 15 events, so you got... At least you have variety here in terms of the pay-per-view arenas and arenas overall. Raw, SmackDown, Extreme Rules, Over the Limit, Fatal 4-Way, so it's basically 2010. I mean, the game came out in 2011, unless there's some that carry over from 2011. Championships, you only got 2. Game Center support, Facebook and Twitter. Never knew this one existed, never even heard of it. But now the TNA Wrestling Impact, and then I'll get to the Slingshot one. Let's see. Now this one, I know for a fact that I have. I still have this one on my old iPod Touch, as mentioned. The release differed from iPhone, iPad, Android versions that are in 2D rather than 3D. Like I said, I do have this one, and these models are ringing a bell. It's all touch controls. So Abyss, Styles, Shelley, Sabin, Desmond Wolfe, aka Nigel McGuinness, Douglas Williams, Hernandez, Hogan, why? James Storm, Lethal, Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett, Nash, Angle, Anderson, Flair, Terry, Van Dam. This one doesn't even look like Flair anyway. Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, looks more squished up than anything. Shannon Moore, Sting, The Pope, D'Angelo Dinero, and Tommy Dreamer. I mean, I know for a fact I still got this one. SummerSlam Slingshot. Also have not known about this one. But look at this one, though. 2 playable WWE superstars. Raw's John Cena and SmackDown's Randy Orton. And this was 2011, so that means it happened around the time of the draft. which is completely pointless. Play against 10 superstars. Big Show, Edge, Cena, Kane, Kofi, Orton, Rey, Miz, Triple H, Undertaker. So you can play against Cena and Orton. Can you do a mirror match then? I mean, genuine question there. Gonna go through some more quick a minute. Some of these other ones I have never heard of, and they're clearly not listed on any of these stores anymore. Activity WWE Rumblers. Huh. Let's see. Toy meets tablet with the Activity WWE Rumblers game. Simply fire up the app and place the base of your Activity WWE Rumblers figure on your iPad screen. Did anybody know this existed? Special contact points on the bottom for each base allows the app to identify your figure. So it's essentially kind of like something what you would see later on with the amiibos for like the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch for unlocking stuff. I mean, that's a nice roster, 21 wrestlers. That's something to sneeze at. You can collect all the superstars. Again, I never knew this was a thing. But it's saying that compatible devices, all versions of iPad, iPad 2, and new iPad. So, sorry iPhone, you ain't got a big enough screen. WWE presents Rockpocalypse. Okay, that's different. It isn't the end of the world until the Great One says it. Studio 51, Hollywood, California, The Rock is on set filming his latest movie when suddenly everything goes terribly, horribly wrong. You mean the director says cut? People on the lot are changing, becoming infected. Okay, so Angry Beast, everybody's getting bitten almost like a zombie animal apocalypse. So you take control of The Rock as you punch, kick, and slam your way through the crazed goon of an evil mastermind. Battle through 4 different environments and 18 progressively harder levels. Yay. Uncover hidden clues that help unravel what happened, so action mixed with mystery. Improve your game through upgrades to health, stamina, attack, slam stats as you progress through the game. Select and upgrade 5 different combat skills to further customize your fighting ability. Earn in-game coins to purchase weapons and clothes to improve your stats. I mean, okay, that doesn't sound bad. John Cena's Fastlane. This game was out in 2013 before the pay-per-view name even happened. So it's like one of those racing games, I guess. Upgrade your car, you can race. You could do multiplayer, but it was saying coming soon. You can face more than 80 different competitors, including 10 challenging boss racers. Yeah, you get to go against Mercedes Moné. I don't care. 2K Mobile, I heard about that, but never got it. WWE Immortals, I don't think is that even around anymore? WWE Champions, I still play that on a daily basis. Tab Mania, I might have played that till they shut down. Mayhem, might have been the same thing. Or Universe, that one I know shut down. Didn't do too well for views and videos. Racing Showdown, huh? I did not know that was a thing. Undefeated, I don't think I've heard of that one. Indie Wrestler, is that even around still? WrestleQuest, I might have that one. And Total Extreme Wrestling 9? You got to be announced videos or games. I know Wrestling Code is still underway. All the Pro Wrestling did not hear, but Total Extreme Wrestling is still going. This can't be real, can it? It is! I mean, the trailer for some reason not showing. Man, that's actually a surprise. So anyway, let me know in the comments section below, folks. Are there any games that you saw on this list, that you saw at least on the screen, that you had never heard of before in terms of wrestling video games? Because again, some of the mobile ones I did not ever hear of. Like SmackDown on mobile and Raw on mobile, did not hear about those. Some of them I might have skimmed past a little bit. Like European Rampage Tour. Yeah, but that's on DOS. I might try it. I think I've heard and seen some screenshots of it, but some of these, I legit did not know until going through this whole video. But let me know in the comment section below, are there any that pique your interest of games that you never heard of before and might want to check out? If you enjoyed today's episode, and I gotta be careful, that's the outro for the podcast. Just thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out and good day, everybody.